Alright, good morning, y'all. This is today's morning update. Today is the start of day 8. 8, arrived at the skate. We got some bass. Ain't got no mace. Hearts. Ace. Shoes. Lace. Board. Race. Cops. Tase. Oh my days. Bars. Oh no, but anyways, this is the morning update. I was a low key, guys. The down low inside scoop, guys. I was napping on the floor of the Planet Fitness sun tanning room, and I got away with it for a few hours. I even went to the bathroom to put on more layers because the AC was blasting in me. It was freaking freezing. And then I got a boot at like 7 a.m. So then I came out here and just napped on the porch of this church. And now I'm farting up a storm. I need a process. Didn't take morning caffeine yet, so I'm gonna try to take a poop before I hit the road, and then get all my skate shit in order. I haven't decided. I might just take a slow day and do laundry. Just airing out my dirty laundry. All good. Alright, so about to wipe. Dude, I just took a dump. Happy for that.
Holiday week, 4th of July, ain't got your boxing, but hey, don't need a whole lot tomorrow, bro. Yeah, listen. Saving, trying to get there, trying to move and some more stuff. At the same time, I know about it.
Lazy and tired, bro. I didn't get the spin, but just imagine, the clothes like, and I'm gonna move it from. Okay, take the clean clothes, and then press the button. It goes. Pretty worried about progress. Raining again, and it's already late in the day. It's like 2 p.m. I've been skated a single mile, so fuck it, we ball. We figure it out. out again, so here comes the talking. Again, today's day 8, trying to skate, so I'm going to flush out all of my skating history. My boy. So, I first discovered skateboards. My first memory of the skateboard, I think, I was a kid and living in Cincinnati, Ohio. One of the older kids in our friend group moved out to the apartment complex and he left us behind one of his skateboards. And me and all the younger kids were daring each other to ride it down this big, fast, open straight. Obviously none of us did it. I think maybe a couple of us or whatever butt boarded it. But no one really full sent the entire hill on the rickety ass rusty board. That was my first memory of a board. Scooted around as a kid when I lived in LA, growing up. Hold up. So yeah, in college, first realized people would get little longboards to push around, campus cruisers, just to get around classes, dorms, you know, zipping around town a little bit. And then, so I found on, I think, Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. I thought it was a steal. It's like LED flex deck board. I don't know if the company's still around. Super cool. I wish I was at home so I could have pictures or videos, but again, here we are. So that was my first board. Went to MIT, picked it up for $100, and then rode it across the Cambridge to Boston Bridge on the sidewalk. And I just remember stumbling a bit, you know. Feels so scratch. Is this recording? Fuck. Yeah, so my second board, Comet Proflex 40-inch, I believe. Still have it. First real longboard. That one I got from the guy off Craigslist. I remember meeting him. Hippie looking Jesus dude with glasses. I remember like posting for gear advice on longboarding subreddit. Shout out Max Dealer. Shout out Madrid. Shout out Venom. Totally cloud chasing. I never met any of those dudes. But just shot them down for trailblazing the way. For us as grown-ups back then, you know. Yeah, I remember posting for gear advice and Dublo offered to snatch my board, king slip type shit. And I was like, I considered it. I seriously considered it. I was like, maybe I just sell my fucking first longboard, Max Dublo. But then I didn't. So, it's not really fun, but that's just my life story. Third longboard, Land Yachts, I don't know, 38, 40-inch switchblade. Picked it up off a guy off Craigslist again. It was all in Boston when I was starting university. And it has like a Hawaii sticker on it. I don't know, like apparently he took it to an LDP horse race in Hawaii. That board is my first double drop through. Didn't skate it that much. Kinda did some free riding with it. Not really, I don't know. Maybe I had an Evo a little bit. Burned through some stacks, whatever. And then, I don't know, what else we got? I think my fourth board around that time, Retool Brainwash. I don't know if Retool's still around. French company, limited lineup, they didn't make that many decks. Sick board. I lost that board. I was going to a friend's birthday party, taking the public transit in Boston. I was trying to like curb stall it or something, or like do primo foot stands. It like fell into the fucking subway tracks. And as a kid, I didn't do shit. I just fucking left it there. In hindsight, I definitely should have jumped down the track and scooped that John up and brought it home. But you live and you learn, so yeah. Give me a second. I gotta think about how my quiver evolved over the years. Anyways, while I'm thinking, brainstorming, got another olive. Shout out the American South, I guess. So yeah, all the advice to go from LA to New York makes sense because of weather patterns. The wind generally moves west to east. Like right now I'm pushing down this mellow flat. It's a bit frustrating, you know. The wind is kind of just winding, so. Anyways, back to the chronicle of my quiver, I guess. I want to say early 2000, like 2013, CCS had some glitch on the website, and it was like, dude, you can order any of their shit, complete and all, deck it out with all the grip and stuff. And then, so I got my first popsicle deck. It was a green Enjoy Panda board. Still have it. It's wall art now. I think 144 independent custom hollows, which I have since lost because I'm done. And then I think Richta's, translucent Richta wheels with ceramic bone Swiss. Copped the entire setup for like 140. And those bearings I actually have in the bag now. I might swap them on tomorrow. It's my current Bear Spaceballs. Might be rusted out from the rain riding, so we'll see about that tomorrow. Okay, anyways, back to this wind. It's like ever so slightly downhill. But I think if I stay still, the wind would actually just push me uphill. So that's a bit frustrating. Yep. I guess Nick is a byway. That's cool. So yeah, anyways, that's CCS setup, or the Enjoy Popsicle deck. My first, just like street pool deck, park deck, traditional popsicle. It took me like 2 years or so to like learn how to ollie over like a twig, like. And in hindsight, I was just like too shy, you know, too scared to like go to parks and talk to other skaters to like have them coach me and learn from them. I just remember being really like, not gung-ho, but just kind of stuck in my ways of like how I thought about myself. Being like, yeah, like I'm a longboarder. I'm not like really a skater. I just longboard. It's different. I just like cruising around and getting cardio, which is a bit like what I'm doing now, I guess. Let me think. I can't remember what my next quiver setup was. So anyways, around that time that I got my first popsicle setup, I had started learning freeride back in my hometown where I went to high school with our local like scene, I guess. Just a group of kids. Jolly, Zang, Das. Yeah, I'm trying to think, I must be forgetting names. Yeah, we just like learned how to Coleman, two-hand, pendy toe sides, you know, the basics. I Must have learned all that on my tool brainwash. Huh. I think from there, I got a loaded Tesseract. Yeah, the Quiver Killer. And I think that was when I first started actually freeriding with the local Boston team way back when. You know what I'm saying? My book. Guys like Mike Murphy, Brendan Ronan, Griffin Adams, Chris Birch. Names that I don't know if anyone. I don't know who's even watching this. I'm just maybe I won't even watch this. You know. So. Oh. All right. Sorry, I was blocking a car. Yeah. No more cars. No, we're good. Yeah. So those are the dudes I first met in Boston. See, he really put me on to like what longboarding really is, you know. And from there I learned how to like longboard, I guess. Right. So, and then Dan Friedman, Simon Whaler, Joshua McCarthy. I must be forgetting names, man. Callie Alice. All these old heads. These names I can't think of right now, but all these guys that really just brought me into their scene, you know, changed my life. And here we are. Okay, this wind is actually thrashing me, man. It stinks. I'm complaining, being a whiny baby. Look at this beautiful farm, so beautiful. Wow. Okay, so I think after getting my Tesseract, which is my first freeriding board, which actually I brought to Gravity Fest, and my buddy lent me a rain setup because he knew that Tesseract wouldn't be set up for actually sending runs at Munsville. So shout out to YCGF, you can go faster. Shout out Water Tower. Shout out the silo, kind of looks like a water tower. All that. Shout out these goddamn cows, brother. Where are they? Where are the cows? Why can't the camera? Oh, there. Wow. It's a lot of cows, dude. Can I get a Big Mac? Look at these majestic creatures, man. I feel like David Attenborough from National Geographic. Here we have the bovine grazing the fields. Here we have more bovine. They're not currently grazing. They're galloping at a brisk walking pace towards the other cows that are grazing. The wonders of nature. Yeah, take another quick breather break. Took off the long sleeve, sun setting. Probably gonna do some night pushing. Just to beat the heat, right? Anyways, as far as cover goes, I think after the Tesseract, I just went loaded fanboy and I grabbed the Kathaka. This is my second one. My first Kathaka. I'm pretty sure I got it new. Yeah, I think I got it brand new from Thorough. Shout out Gabe Holm. Keystone member of Beantown. Is Beantown Chicago? I think Chicago's Beantown. Is Boston Beantown? So tired, man. After the Kathaka. So I must have taken, I'm pretty sure yeah, I took my first Kathaka to Sunmouse.
Follow this way for 3.96 miles.
GPS. To Sunlast. Met the scene there. No, I met the scene at Gravity Fest. And then my second event ever would have been Sunlast. I scooped a Comet Cruiser after seeing people doing the uphill slowboard race. I don't know if anyone remembers that. If you remember that, you definitely remember that. Little ADHD bit. So I got the Comet Cruiser. Shout out. Okay, finally just gonna use selfie cam because I'm tired. Did I mention that I'm tired yet? I feel like all I say is like 50% of all these vlogs are just me saying I'm tired. Shout out Brian McKell. Shout out John Calabrese. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. Also shout out Nick Hansen, who I forgot earlier. Just dudes that put me in the scene, you know. Stoked, my boy. Falling into a weird disassociative loop with these rolling hills a little bit, these ups and downs. Same shit, different day. I just got hit in the eye with a bug. Alright, we're getting a bit sketchy, guys. Just pulled over at this bridge area. And then I down climbed that ditch over there. Like this little bridge tunnel to take a dump. And as I was up climbing after shitting, one of the boulders came loose and I took a spill. So 2 days in a row of super life-harrowing near misses. But we're okay. So we keep sending.
Follow this way for 700.
FUD. Gas station. Civilization. Good. Survive. I eat. Also, shout out Way. I got a Byron from him back in Boston a long time ago. Way no. Shout out Byron. I say, I guess. My shit's back there. I'm gonna just sit here. Fuck. Oh, damn it. Again, a bit obvious, but obviously if there's more paved trails like this, then just push on, not worry about traffic and navigation. That would be heavenly. So, blah blah blah. Yeah, as far as my quiver goes, not that anyone really gives a shit. Like, I barely even care about this boring ass story about my quiver, I guess. After getting the Byron or whatever, I feel like all the other setups I just started recording them and not really. I don't know, personally the Byron's my favorite downhill setup. Free ride downhill. Civilization. Obviously shout out baseboards, you know. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you still already know. Yeah, you know, lots of other people, lots of guys, lots of rad dudes that I would shout out. But I'm not going to, because it feels too much like clout chasing. A little bit. Dude, I don't know what's funny anymore. I'm seriously so tired. But we're at this gas station. More food. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Kind of wraps up day 8. Again, in terms of skating, everything considered, it's like, this is barely skating, you know, it's like just distance running. Like, it's like, dude, it's not the Lions 25, you know, it's not El Toro, it's not, what's that road in Brazil, you know, it's not Tuna, it's not Spots, whatever. Okay, this is take however million. Basically, the idea is, upon further reflection, what I'm trying to communicate to you, or all, like, I don't know if I'm telling individual people this that I've met personally, or just like everyone in the world, but I do love skating, but it's definitely not like my passion. Like, if we've ever met in real life, like some of you guys, like if you know, you know, like some people are actually like so passionate about skating and it's like gnarly, dude. But for me, it's just like it's like fun, you know. Honestly, all I really care about is politics. But I live in this constant fear of like disappearing if you start talking about it. I really am doing this just for the clout. That's crazy, huh?